SmileDirectClub are now scrambling after the company shut down operations. News Channel 5's Alexandra Cohen talked to a now former employee.
They promised a perfect smile. What they delivered instead was pain, broken teeth, and debts people are still paying today. SmileDirectClub, known as the Uber for teeth, exploded onto the market with one promise: affordable, doctor-directed teeth, straightening from home. No awkward dental visits, no expensive braces. Just take a mold of your teeth, mail it in, and wait for your perfect smile. At first, it sounded too good to be true. And for millions, it was. Behind the flashy ads, celebrity endorsements, and promises of convenience, real people were hurt. Ordinary patients were left with teeth worse than before, pain that wouldn't go away, and loans for a service that caused harm. They trusted the company, followed every instruction, and ended up paying the price in more ways than one. The first signs of trouble. The problems started small. Aligners didn't fit. Teeth shifted the wrong way. Some patients experienced jaw pain, headaches, and discomfort that lasted weeks. Jessica Shorts, a young woman hoping to fix a slightly crooked tooth, shared her story. After months of using SmileDirectClub's aligners, her bite worsened. Her jaw hurt, she had migraines, and she could no longer chew properly. Jessica wasn't the only one. Thousands of other customers reported similar problems. Their teeth shifted the wrong way, dental roots were damaged, and jaw misalignment caused long-term pain. Some even developed headaches and trouble chewing. Many had to spend thousands more on professional orthodontic treatment to fix what SmileDirectClub had made worse. The company promised doctor-directed care and safe, convenient treatment. But for many, that promise was broken. People trusted the company with their health, followed all instructions, and ended up with more problems than they started with, facing both physical pain and financial burden. The perfect pitch. SmileDirectClub appeared perfect on paper. The company offered lower prices than traditional braces or Invisalign. The convenience of remote treatment seemed revolutionary. Patients didn't have to visit dentists. Treatment could be done from home. Marketing campaigns boasted that licensed doctors supervised every case, but in reality, most patients never saw a real doctor. Instead, they relied on remote check-ins and automated processes. Clinical oversight was minimal, sometimes non-existent. Many patients were approved for treatment despite having conditions that would normally require in-person care. This led to problems that the company was supposed to prevent. When patients called for help, customer service often failed. Calls went unanswered, emails were ignored, and complaints were deflected. Patients were left frustrated, in pain, and financially responsible for treatment that sometimes made their teeth worse, silencing the victims. It didn't stop at poor care. SmileDirectClub used legal tools to silence those who complained. Customers were required to sign non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, to get refunds. These contracts forbade them from posting negative reviews, prevented them from talking to regulators, and sometimes threatened financial penalties for speaking out. For people already hurt by the treatment, NDAs created fear and silence. They were trapped. They could not warn others or share their experience publicly. The Attorney General of Washington, D.C. sued SmileDirectClub for these practices, calling them unfair and deceptive. In the settlement, the company released thousands of customers from NDAs and paid fines. But the damage was done. Thousands of people were harmed and their trust was broken. The corporate culture of greed. Inside SmileDirectClub, the focus from the top was clear: growth and profit above all else. Executives made decisions that prioritized market expansion and shareholder value over the well-being of real patients. Marketing teams ran aggressive campaigns, promising perfect smiles in just weeks, often showing bright, happy faces without any mention of potential risks. Meanwhile, the clinical side was sidelined. Oversight from licensed professionals was minimal, sometimes just a formality, and proper dental evaluation often never happened. Documents revealed during lawsuits showed that executives knew some patients would experience harm during treatment. Misaligned teeth, jaw pain, and other complications were expected outcomes in certain cases. They referred to these problems as acceptable losses, a chilling acknowledgement that human suffering was part of their growth strategy. Patients who trusted the company with their health were treated as numbers on a balance sheet. Pain, stress, and medical complications were dismissed as minor collateral damage. For SmileDirectClub, the priority was market dominance, not human well-being, and the consequences for real people: bankruptcy and abandonment. As lawsuits mounted and negative press spread, SmileDirectClub's finances started to fail. Despite celebrity endorsements and a huge IPO, the company never made consistent profit. Expansion and marketing costs drained resources. Competition increased, and consumer trust declined. By late 2023, SmileDirectClub filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, abruptly halting operations. Thousands of customers were left mid-treatment. Payments were due, aligners never arrived, and customer support vanished. People were trapped in the middle of a medical process, with no help and no solution. The human cost. The impact on customers is devastating. People report broken teeth, bite problems, jaw pain, emotional distress, and financial hardship. Teens and young adults who trusted the company are left with not just dental issues, but also lost confidence. Patients like Jessica now face new orthodontic treatment that will cost more than double what they paid SmileDirectClub. "I feel betrayed," she says. "They sold me hope, but all I got was pain." Thousands share her story. Their experiences reveal a pattern of harm caused by a company that chose profit over patient welfare. A broader warning: SmileDirectClub's story is not just about one company. It is a warning about the dangers of commodifying healthcare. Remote medical services are convenient but can be risky if proper oversight is ignored. Patients must demand transparency and accountability. The case shows what happens when companies sell healthcare like a product. Convenience and low price cannot replace real medical supervision. Thousands of smiles were ruined, confidence destroyed, and trust shattered. Behind the ads and celebrity endorsements, the reality was pain, silence, and greed. Aftermath: the bankruptcy left many customers in a difficult position. Some are still paying loans. Others have unfinished treatment and must seek help from dentists or orthodontists elsewhere. Court cases are ongoing, but recovery, financially and medically, will take years. The human cost is clear. These are not just numbers or complaints. They are real people. Families affected, trust broken, lives disrupted. People are still suffering because a company put profit before health. Regulators are now reviewing policies on remote dental care to prevent future disasters, but nothing can undo the harm done to those who trusted SmileDirectClub. The lessons learned. There are lessons here for everyone. Patients must be cautious when choosing medical services online. Always check reviews, ask questions, and ensure treatments are supervised by qualified professionals. Don't be swayed by glossy ads, low prices, or celebrity endorsements. Corporate greed can have very real consequences. When healthcare is treated as a product to sell rather than a service to protect, people pay the cost. Often, the most personal and painful cost. SmileDirectClub's story should serve as a warning. Greed and neglect in medical services harm real people. Thousands of smiles were ruined. Thousands of lives were affected. The company may be gone, but the damage remains. The victims' stories are a reminder of what happens when profit is put above patient care. Jessica and thousands like her show us that human lives are not just numbers on a balance sheet. Every story matters. Every complaint matters. These experiences teach us to question promises, to demand accountability, and to protect ourselves and others from scams disguised as convenience. SmileDirectClub's collapse is a dark chapter in the story of modern medicine and business. It reminds us that medical care, even convenient or remote care, must always put humans first. Convenience and cost savings should never come at the cost of health and well-being. The scars left by SmileDirectClub are both physical and emotional. Some will take years to heal, and others may never fully recover the confidence lost. But telling these stories ensures that future patients are warned and protected. If you want to hear more stories like this and learn about hidden dangers in business and health, make sure to subscribe now. These are real pain and real lessons. Every story shared helps protect someone else from suffering the same fate.